I may have seen it. I will tell you, I had brain surgery a little over 2 years ago, and a side effect of it is I don't remember a lot of things. So I could have seen it, I could have been looking into it, I could have fallen in love with it, but I may not remember. So I don't know. And that's the biggest pain in the butt is my family will talk about, things that we've gone and done, and I won't remember at all. I'll be like, no, we've never done that. And they'll produce pictures and be like, yeah, we've gone and done that. But I won't remember. But I can look it up. Ah, it was a birth defect. So, it was just a thing. And I'm learning how to deal with it.
It's definitely going to take time.
Yeah.
But she has a support system of her family and
Mm-hmm.
also has crazy people in her Discord
Yep.
and her lovely viewers.
Agreed. Because I almost did the normal thing that you do when someone says they're sorry, and I almost was like, oh no, I'm fine. But I'm not. I'm not fine. I'm not
And it's
okay.
okay to admit that too.
Yeah. I'm not one of those people who will lie to your face and say, oh yeah, I'm totally fine. Because I'm not. I'm not okay. Because it was a lot. Like, the fact that I can play games now is a miracle to me. Because I could barely feed myself after surgery. I could barely walk. I could barely talk. So, it's pretty damn awesome. It's good to Andrew the problem, though. What is that? Oh, address the problem. Yeah. Um, I
I
do.
like Andrew the problem better.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, also admitting that she's not 100% is a way to help cope with it too. And to recognize that, yes, you did go through something, but you can get through it.
Yeah.
And you just have to have time, which unfortunately is so cliche, but it's 1,000,000% true.
Yeah.
And
It'll.
having a backup, having some people support you is very helpful as well. And if you don't say, hey, this affected me in a way that I'm not okay with, you're just going to be blind to it and you'll never get the help you properly need.
Yeah.
Wait, who
I.
woke up Plantera? Oh, you did. Okay.
I did.
You might be a little close to the surface, so she might be a little mad.
I'm okay with that.
Cool.
No, it took me a year to admit that I wasn't okay. Because I played it off. I was like, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. I told everybody that I was fine. But I was not fine. I wasn't even close to fine. I was so far from fine. Then eventually, I admitted it. And I'm getting help now.
I'm sorry to hear that, Delta. People say they're fine
I'm
to
sorry,
not have their
Delta.
loved ones worry about them,
Yeah.
which is understandable, but it doesn't help whoever needs the help.
But it's also dangerous. For me,
Yes.
it was almost fatal. Because I almost committed suicide because I kept telling everybody, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. But I wasn't fine. And eventually, I told somebody I was not fine. And I got help. And I'm getting help.
there's nothing wrong with getting help.
Nope. Getting help is hard as hell, but it means that you're strong enough to have the balls to say, I'm not fine and I need help.
It's
And
also a way for you to get through with whatever got to you to start out with.
yeah, that, and I'm not gonna let anyone look at me, look at my mental health, and say, you know, you just need to, you're fine. Just tell everybody you're fine. No. If I'm not fine, I'm not fine. And I'm not gonna have anyone tell me otherwise. Because that's how I was raised. I was raised and I was told to always brush it off, to always be fine. Not anymore.
So I got my Crawl to Pede banner. That's why I come
Nice.
over here.
I'm playing with Plantera.
Couldn't tell.
Oh, another one.
No, let me up.
And now that I've said I'm not fine, I honestly feel so much better than I did. Because I finally don't have to keep that fake ass smile on my face.
Hey, strange plant, come to me.
Well, with, I'm sorry for that, Delta. I really am. Because knowing, I think, is easier, but with mine, I didn't know. Mine, I had a brain bleed. Let me pause. I'm gonna pop home so I don't end up dying to something stupid. Mine, I was in the front yard flying kites with my kids, and I thought that I was getting a migraine because I have chronic migraines. Except it was weird because it was burning a little bit in my temple. So I went inside to take, a migraine med. I took it, and by the time I got back outside, maybe a minute, there was a burst of burning pain that went down my neck. And I'm like, okay, this ain't normal. It's weird. And my husband got home a few minutes later, and I took myself to the hospital. I drove. Didn't know at the time it was brain bleed. They did, a CT scan. After the nurses rushed me back into a room, and I overheard the doctor in the hallway say it was a brain bleed. That's how I found out. Which sucked, to say the least. And within an hour, I was in a helicopter flown to another hospital. And I was in ICU for a week with an active brain bleed because they couldn't do anything about it because it would affect normal tissue. Thank you. And then the 21st, this was April 16th, I had a brain bleed, 2018. April 21st, 2018, while my family was there and I was talking to my brother, I had a hemorrhagic stroke, which affected my right side really severely. And it still affects it. I have to walk with a cane.
which is never easy to do.
No. I just got another bottomless water bucket.
Totally knew those.
Oh, totally. Because I don't
Ye-
already have 4.
Nah.
And then April 23rd, 2018, I had a craniotomy to remove an arteriovenous malformation, which is fancy talk for an artery in my brain grew wrong. So they had to remove it. And I was told I had a 15% chance of survival. When I woke up, I was lucky. I was damn lucky. But here I am, playing video games. I can walk, I can talk, I can see. But
Very crucial for a video game.
yeah, I can't be in large crowds because it causes my brain to panic. So I can't work a normal job. I can't stand for long periods of time. I can't tolerate the heat or the cold. I mean, there's a lot of things I can't do now. I can't walk for a very long time. But I can sit here, and I can smile, and I can have a good time, and I can play video games. And I can do that. And I can tell you who are watching that sometimes it's okay not to be fine. And right now, I'm not fine. But I'm having fun. And April 23rd, 2018, I beat a 15% chance of death. That was 2 years ago. So let's play some Terraria.
Nah, I'm done.
I'm out. Bye, loser.
Bye, Felicia.